Good morning, everybody. It's John from Veganism KILLS. It's 5:25 a.m., Sunday, June 13th. Here we are exposing the vegan misinformation, how they spread harmful content, even though some of the vegans have been flagged for it. They still continue to do it because it's profitable. It's also disgusting because their misinformation has led people to believe, falsely, that veganism is healthy for all stages of life, and as a result we have an epidemic of child deaths from veganism, to the point where several countries are now passing laws that to force your child on a vegan diet will be punishable by a prison sentence. If you don't believe me, refer to my last video. In the United States, there's one couple from Atlanta, Georgia. They're in jail for life because they didn't listen to a doctor. It's that simple. Now, what Mick is trying to indirectly say, in his own twisted logic, covering up that receding vegan hairline with this mop of hair that he's got. I guess this is his version of the modern comb over. How we try to hide things we don't like is a habit with these people. Now let's look what he's talking about. I watched the video. In the video he states that people who are vegans are getting a 73% lower risk of C19. That's because they're such a small part of the population, you idiot. They make up studies and they think people can't figure it out. Of course, most of the people who are getting C19 are meat eaters. That doesn't mean that you're getting C19 from meat, you moron. That's what you're trying to lead on. What is the percentage of vegetarians or vegans in the whole world? It's like 3%. And then he wonders why they're not getting COVID-19 in the same numbers as meat eaters. Because predominantly meat eaters are the largest part of the population, you moron. I mean, and he calls himself an intellectual. Meanwhile, he has no credentials in nutrition. He has no credentials from any school. His claim is that he's a science writer. You should correct it. You're a science fiction writer. Now here goes the actual truth about C19 and red meat from the CDC. Not, I have no credentials, Mick, and I don't know how to read a study. This is from the CDC. You ask those in the know. Not this dope. Not this I'll do anything for a buck. This is from March 2020. COVID-19 mortality rate may be considerably less than 1%. Yet they're still fear-mongering. March 18th, the same time that was put out, Earthling Ed and Dr. Greg had concocted a scheme to fearmonger and blame basically the eating of red meat for spreading C19. Happy Healthy Vegan had a hand in this. So your little meeting, it shows when you all say the same thing at the same time that you all had a meeting of the minds on this. Though it was, you brainstormed this, but it was more like a drizzle. Here it is. This is Ed's statement. PolitiFact flagged them. Mostly false. It's misinformation. That's why it was flagged. It was removed because it's misleading and harmful content. Who's it harmful to? The general human population. Congratulations, vegans, with your misinformation. So, the risk of getting sick with COVID-19 from eating or handling food, including frozen food and produce and food packages, is considered very low. But again, This guy is over here spreading misinformation, which is considered harmful content. What does it mean by harmful content? Why is it flagged? Why is it labeled harmful content? Because it might lead to people being injured or dead. That's what the definition of harmful content is. Now, we all know, if you check my last video, that there's countries now making it illegal to force your child on a vegan diet. CPS has grabbed hundreds of children from their vegan parents so far, and it's based on the misinformation and fear-mongering people like this, instilling people that if they put their child on a vegan diet, they won't get no diseases. It's fear-mongering. Also, Blue Horizon, Capital Ventures can make money. Ed become more rich, and he wants to be like Ed. He wants to be the next Earthling Ed. He wants that lifestyle. He'll keep spoon feeding the bullshit in hopes that he'll be rich like Ed Winters, whose real name is Edward Gaunt. So this video is harmful content because it might injure or kill people from its misinformation. And several children have died, including 2 in my city. I do not know how these people are getting away from this, as either YouTube has a sympathy toward vegans, or their sponsors, take your pick. Now this is getting ridiculous. I flagged this video. I urge other people to flag this video, as he's spreading harmful content unchecked, and it's killed multiple children. There's no denying it. It's in the court transcripts. Death by malnourishment by following a malnourishing diet. It's in the coroner report, and it's in the court transcripts. So it's not anecdotal. It's actual court-based factual evidence. They'll say that's anecdotal. Right away they'll start playing with the English language to give themselves some squirming room to get out of that one. But to me, these people are scum. If you full willingly know children are dying on this diet, and you're still promoting it, and you know it because we keep telling you over and over and over and over, and every few deaths later we tell you again, and a few deaths later we tell you again, but YouTube lets you run unchecked, influencing people who don't know any better, and they'll put their child, their infant, on a vegan diet, not knowing that it can't possibly get all the supplements into a child that's needed to make the vegan diet whole or healthy or just barely survivable. But they'll do it because they get paid for it. People like this are the scum of the earth. They're the people you used to pull in town and sell you the snake oil, and then when people got sick, the sheriff came and ran them out of town. Well, I'm that sheriff. Pack up your bags and get out of here. We don't want you vegans around anymore. Alright? You go to my last video and see all the kids that died. We don't want yous anymore. YouTube community, which is basically people who are normal, are tired of these charlatans killing children. YouTube. I let these guys flag my video and you watch it in its entirety. Go back to my videos. We don't care if you have vegan staff at YouTube. You forgot that a vegan activist came and shot up your office? Well, we remember. These people are not emotionally balanced. And letting them use YouTube to spread their misinformation, which is killing children, is disgusting. Everybody flag this clown's video. He's a criminal. If you ask me, he's a criminal. All the evidence points out that he's lying and spreading misinformation. PolitiFact flags harmful and misleading content, and it's harmful and misleading for a reason. Flag them. And on that note, I'm out of here.